Assalamualaikum and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're now watching TVS News at 5. I'm Muhammad Yusuf, and let us begin with our top story. Now, Sarawak today lost one of her great sons as the former head of state, Tun Pehin Sri Datuk Patinggi Abang Muhammad Salahuddin Abang Barieng, has passed away on Friday night. The demise was confirmed by his close family members. He was 100 years old. The late statesman drew his last breath at around 11:47 p.m. at Norma Medical Centre. The body was brought back to his home in Telaga Air early Saturday for body washing ritual. It was then brought to Masjid Jami' Petrajaya for a prayer and memorial service from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. The funeral cortege then proceeded to Semayang Muslim Cemetery, where the late Abang Salahuddin was laid to rest in a state funeral. Draped in state livery, his final journey included the Melanau tradition of payung kebesaran, which were used for nobles. Among those seen attended the burial were Tuan Yang Terutama Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Sarawak, Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud and wife, Tuan Puan Datuk Patinggi Ragat Kurdi Taib, Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, and Deputy Chief Minister Datuk Ahmad Haji Awang Tengah Ali Hassan. Born on August 27, 1921 in Nangka, Cebu, the late Pehin Sri Abang Muhammad is the only son to a prominent Cebu politician, Abang Barieng Abang Anyut. The late Pehin Sri made history as the first statesman who assumed the role of head of state twice, once from 1977 to 1981 and the other from 2001 to 2014. Now, former Deputy Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Alfred Jabu expressed his condolences on the passing of the late Tun Abang Muhammad Salahuddin. Being former comrades and a good friend, he described Tun Salahuddin's passing as a great loss to Sarawak.
Saya bersama Yang Berbahagia Datuk Seri Tan Sri Empiang serta ahli keluarga saya menyampaikan ucapan takziah atas pemergian Allahyarham Tun Salahuddin, mantan Tuan Yang Terutama Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Sarawak. Allahyarham Tun Salahuddin adalah seorang tokoh yang terulung di Sarawak Bumi Kenyalang ini, yang menabur banyak jasa dan bakti kepada negeri Sarawak tersayang. Allahyarham Tun Salahuddin dilantik 2 kali menjadi Tuan Yang Terutama Yang di-Pertuan Negeri. Ini membuktikan satu sejarah dalam negeri Sarawak, seorang tokoh yang di-Pertuan Negeri yang dilantik 2 kali memegang jawatan. Allahyarham Tun Salahuddin adalah seorang tokoh dalam penubuhan Malaysia, menyokong penubuhan Malaysia, dan juga tokoh yang dihormati oleh semua lapisan masyarakat berbilang tahun seluruh negeri Sarawak.
He hopes that Sarawakians could emulate his benevolent act for the good of the people.
Perlu kita memegang amanat seperti yang dipegang oleh Yang Allahyarham Tun Salahuddin, iaitu dia bersopan santun, banyak budi bahasa yang baik, dan juga mendidik rakyat untuk bekerjasama demi pembangunan negeri kita Sarawak Bumi Kenyalang tersayang.
The Yang di-Pertuan Agong Al-Sultan Abdullah Riayatuddin Al-Mustafa Billah Shah and Raja Permaisuri Agong Tunku Hajah Azizah Aminah Maimunah Iskandariah offered their condolences to the family of former Yang di-Pertuan Negeri of Sarawak Tun Abang Muhammad Salahuddin Abang Barieng, who died of old age at 11:47 p.m. last night at the Norma Medical Centre. According to a posting on Istana Negara's Facebook page, Their Majesties were saddened by the demise and hoped that Tun Salahuddin's family would be patient and strong in coping with the loss. Tun Salahuddin was born on August 27, 1921 and served as Sarawak's governor from 1977 to 1981 and from 2001 to 2014, making him the first person in Sarawak to have been appointed to hold the post twice. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob also offered his condolences to Tun Salahuddin's family, adding that Tun Salahuddin was an eminent person who had contributed a lot to the people of Sarawak and the state's development. Earlier today, the body of Tun Salahuddin arrived at Masjid Jame at about 11:20 a.m., accompanied by the family members. Chief Minister Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg was among the state dignitaries who came to pay their last respects to the late former head of state. And at around 1 p.m., the Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Tun Pehin Sri Abdul Taib Mahmud and his wife, Toh Puan Ragat Kurdi Taib, arrived at the mosque to pay their last respects. Welcome back. Now, as the state progresses into the era of digitalization, heritage areas such as the old Kuching town are planned to be developed to spur economic growth amongst local communities whilst maintaining their original beauty. This is the main objective of Old Kuching Smart Heritage, or OKSHE.
Dan apa yang perlu ialah kita mengangkatkan martabat yang terdapat di kawasan ini seiring dengan pembangunan negeri kita dan negara. Sekarang kita pergi ke orang kata ekonomi digital, tapi kita tidak boleh memisahkan nilai sejarah daripada transformasi ekonomi kita ke arah digital. Tetapi kita memperelokkan lagi apa yang terdapat di kawasan-kawasan ini.
Abang Johari spoke during the appreciation dinner held by OKSHE on Friday night. The state government had allocated a large amount of fund for the development of areas classified under OKSHE. To complement this effort, Abang Johari stated that several companies such as the Maidin Hypermarket have expressed their interest in marketing locally produced products to Peninsula Malaysia.
Nak sebutkan di sini ialah industri kecil dan sederhana, termasuklah industri kampung. Kita akan uruskan dengan baik dan kita akan memberi dorongan dan sokongan termasuklah dari sudut keuangan untuk kita mewujudkan industri cottage dan kita pasarkan melalui pasaran yang lebih tersusun.
On November 2021, Kuching was listed under the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization UNESCO for gastronomy. This has opened the door of opportunity for Sarawak to market its products internationally.
Gastronomi itu ialah dari sudut makanan. Makanan warisan kita dan juga apa yang terdapat di Bandaraya Kecil, maka kita sudah di-listed di bawah UNESCO. Senanglah kita mempromosikan Kuching itu.
Onto some global updates. Asian stocks rebounded on Friday, January 28, after steep losses in the previous session as strong U.S. economic growth and Apple Inc.'s impressive earnings offset some bearishness generated by the Federal Reserve's hawkish comments.
Japan's benchmark Nikkei 225 closed up 2.09% at 26,707.34, while South Korea's benchmark Kospi closed up 48.85 points, or 1.87% at 2,663.34. The Kospi has also posted the sharpest monthly drop since the onset of the pandemic, as investors were rattled by the resurgence of local COVID-19 cases and the U.S. Federal Reserve's pivot to policy tightening.
And finally, the Lunar New Year spirit withers away yet again, this time caused by the highly contagious Omicron variant, which caused a rapid surge of infection in Hong Kong. Over 200,000 of unsold flowers were burned to ashes as customers' movement are limited due to stringent measures implemented.
本應呢啲花全部喺農田度都冇關係嘅，一支咁靚嘅花，我係會掹出去市場賣。但係因為今次個疫情關係，有關方面冇俾一個花 market 我哋去賣，所以而家佢開完花之後咧，我哋一定要清起晒佢，去燒毀晒佢為止。
The 70-year-old farmer said the flowers he burnt is his main source of income for the rest of the year, which is usually worth 6 figures, and the trading of these flowers were done fairly.
咁我哋呢度亦都好公開，我賣幾多錢，我唔能夠嘩眾取寵嘅。每年嘅收入我就靠呢個聖誕啦，好難過。但係我唔能夠話俾你聽，我點慘點慘，我一樣好用一種積極心態去做，希望始終明天會更好。
Hong Kong has been struggling to control the pandemic since the Omicron variant was identified, with over 600 locally transmitted infections in January. Its government have previously announced that the Lunar New Year flower fair for 15 districts would be closed, and traffic restrictions on locations traditionally used by wholesalers were also put in place. Although the Hong Kong government have previously announced compensation for license holders for Lunar New Year flower fairs, Lung disclosed he has yet to receive any. That's all the time we have for TVS News at 5. Once again, my condolences goes to the family members of the former head of state Tun Pen Sri Datuk Petinggi Abang Muhammad Salahuddin. I'm Muhammad Yusuf. Good day.